duels that everyone's. This is definitely both teams, you know, playing really well. But West Point are really just pulling ahead with. I feel like they're you know, really coordinating their utility and have really solid communication that we're seeing right now.
This is definitely, you're right. This is a game decided by tactics right now. I feel like, rather than just performance. On the other hand.
Yeah, and I think that you know we can kind of see that with how slow things are, but this round definitely looking to pick up the pace a little bit here. NECC already finding a kill. Draga will be able to trade it right back. SNHU pushing up onto the site fast. Frenchie's going to be able to get the spike planted down, but Saiyajin finding Suka and Frenchie as well. That is spiked down. It's a 3-on-2 now. Drago backside here will find Vibin. His third kill of the round, but gets traded right back out. Saiyajin also on 3 kills right here as Macron peeks out, is not ready for that, and he's going to find his 4th kill and get to defuse the bomb here. Really solid round there from MI Police. That was absolutely a round where it's like, oh, one person's just winning all their duels. They're crazy, yeah. They're cracked. Yeah, give it up for them. Good job, Saiyajin.
Yeah, that was the commentator's curse, or a blessing in action there.
I mean, might have blessed Saiyajin.
Yeah. 13-3 right now, with their ultimate ready, too.
Jeez, that is a really impressive KD ratio.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, we're more than halfway through our first half here, so that is only 3 rounds here out of the 8 total that he's actually gone down. SNHU once again just playing this default spread. By doing this, are able to kind of set up some conditioning here. West Point don't really know exactly. You know, it's harder to read exactly what SNHU are doing here, but when they find picks like that with Jade going down in mid, suddenly SNHU's options start to dwindle down a lot, and they're gonna have to, you know, make some decisions with a little bit less options here. Holding here in A nest, getting ready to push up here, but Macron gonna have to try and push here through mid. Is not ready for both NECC and MIB, but he is gonna be able to cross without them getting too far. Not taking any damage either. Gonna get that knife in there. Start to try and silence the site here. Not gonna be able to hit anyone with it, but is pushing the back. Saiyajin will find Suka. Hutch taking Frenchie as well. But Drago and Macron both good for kills. Livin will be able to trade out Drago there. It's all down to Macron now. Offsite starts to push in, but will go down to NECC. A team ace coming out from West Point here. Everyone pulling their weight.
Hey, everyone was able to take their duels that round too. Yeah, I mean, things have changed so far. I feel like SNHU just needs the right headspace to pull off these tactics.
Yeah, this is like a situation where SNHU are kind of in a spot where they need to like they really need to try and shake things up here, because I think that West Point might be starting to really understand SNHU's playbook here, and SNHU on an eco round, actually this is a good opportunity for them to try and shake things up, try and do something a little bit unexpected here, try and be a little bit reckless. But as they start to push in, Hutch will be able to find a pick on Suka. Jade trading right back though, looking down MIB Police. A 4-on-4, SNHU in control of the site. That drone going through will be able to spot out some of West Point in the back line as Frenchie holds close here. Drago starting to spray through here. We are going to see a res come out, picking MIB Police back up, trying to even things out here. As NECC goes down, MIB Police will be able to trade that one out, taking out Frenchie. Vibin starting this defuse here. They're going to have to push up a Hutch and Saiyajin, taking 2 kills at once. Jade just trying to spray through here. Is getting actually a lot more damage than he probably knows through that smoke, and we'll be able to find Hutch with that spray, but West Point are going to be able to stick that defuse. You know, 8-2 right now, a really solid round for them there. Although they did, you know, they did lose quite a few players there. I feel like SNHU didn't exactly have a ton of actual power in their economy, and we're still able to find some good picks.
Yeah, and that was one of those rounds that you're right, they were playing from behind. this round they'll be able to buy up and kind of have less of a material disadvantage. But NECC is still working with the operator here. It's a little bit unusual rather than having it on the jet here, but I mean, either way, it works, and like we said, the Sage usually has to work in those defensive positions anyways, so excited to see what they'll bring to the table this round.
Yeah, I like that KO knife, disabling a lot of the Killjoy utility here. That Viper's Pit going down. This is already a really solid rollout here onto the site from SNHU. A lot of West Point are held away here. Sage, and we'll be able to find a pick on Drago. That's going to shut down that Viper's Pit. It's about to fall down here. Suka taking out MIB Police will get traded right back to Sage and continues his killing spree here. Frenchie looking to spray through this wall, trying to open it back up. Caught a glimpse of Vibe in there. At risk. Getting pushed up on here. Frenchie will be able to win that duel. Now putting that recon ball out there. NECC's going to try and stick this defuse. Just tapping it, though, with Phage, and continuing to hold down that flank. It's just Jade left now. 1 versus 3 here. He's got to try and hold this long angle, and he's going to end up falling there. I don't think he's going to be able to get back up in time to stop this defuse. Yeah, right as soon as he peeks that angle, that defuse goes through, and he's actually going to end up dying, too, to Hutch there at the end.
That first peek there that Jade took, I feel like NECC was in the Matrix, just dodging bullets there. I mean, both times they're getting out of the way just before the bullets come. But that round there was kind of a tragedy after the Viper's Pit fell. It was, all their tactics, I felt like, revolved around Drago's Viper Pit there. And after that fell, everything started to fall apart, and West Point's retake plan started to fall into place.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a controller like, like Astra or like Viper, you absolutely cannot really have them die first, or else you're in a really bad position. A lot of that utility that they had been planning all around is now suddenly just gone, and now you're kind of stranded, and potentially if that Viper's Pit goes down in a very, very much out of position place. I've been finding a pick on Jade there. There's going to be spiked down. SNHU still, they're going to be able to pick it up here, but it is in a little bit of a weird spot now. Suka trading right back. We'll be able to find Hutch now, 4-on-4. SNHU trying to get control of the site here. Frenchie is going to be able to pick up the spike, but Sage and MIB Police both finding kills here. Mochrome getting pushed on. It might be good for a second kill there. Starting to push through. Frenchie giving away his position by firing their vibe and coming up from behind. We'll be able to take him out. West Point continuing to just tear things up here.
Switching sides.
Yeah, gonna be able to save the operator that round too. Going into the next round, 10-2. Oh, never mind.
You're going in the next half here, yeah.
I was wondering why Vibin was looking at the operator like that so intently, and then last minute it picked it up. I was like, what's going on here?
Just taking a second to look at the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get a good look at it. See if it's worth the $30. But now that we've swapped sides here, SNHU, they need to have a really solid defending side come out here, because West Point are in a really good position. And even if SNHU have a decent defending half here, West Point are going to be able to kind of just whittle them down over all these rounds. SNHU are really going to need to come out of the gates with something strong. Suki gets some damage out there, forced to fall back down. Chrome's still holding this high ground. Frenchie and Suka both finding kills. That is exactly what they need to come out of the gates swinging. Chrome finding Vibin as well. Seijin will be able to pick out Suka, but it's still a 4-on-2. As Chrome starts to move forward here, trying to get a glimpse over this wall. Will be to take down Seijin. NECC going down as well. SNHU are going to take that pistol round. Going to start building up some momentum here.
Nice. Well played from Snoo there. I mean, I don't know if you guys caught it, but Drago had the lineups there for the Viper wall. There it is again, halfway across A site, and then the one way on those boxes at B. Viper's just able to impact the map from all the way across the map. So
yeah, that is exactly why she's so good. And then just because her utility lasts so long, that was what her nerfs targeted, but still, she her utility is still extremely powerful, and just being able to reapply it constantly. You just have so much actual smoke to work with here, and we're actually gonna see West Point here smoking off mid. Saw a lot of them get spotted out by that recon drone, and now just Frenchie spraying through the smoke, trying to find anything. Wasn't able to land a shot there, but West Point starts to creep up in through tube, starting to move over into kitchen. This could be a flanking push into B. Not sure if they're ready for this. Jade's in a little bit of a precarious position right now if he stays here. He is watching that window like he has an idea that they might be there.
Yeah, his trademark went off just before.
Frenchie here. This is a scary position to be in with that. They're starting to break into sight now. He knows they're there. MIB finds Drago with that Sheriff. In that pick, Jade is going to teleport out. Not going to take any risks. He's going to get walled out. We'll quickly break it down, but MX's going to get this spike planted. Frenchie finding Saiyajin, though. That's a huge pick. Suka also taking down Vibin. Seeing SNHU starting to build a huge opportunity for themselves here. I think that was a big silence that just went out, too. We're going to see MIB go down as well. Suka gets traded out, but Frenchie coming through, takes down MXX. It's all down to Hutch, and he's going to get taken out there by Jade with the bullpup. And now SNHU are going to get this defuse, winning out their second round here. Now 10-4. West Point are going to have a chance to try and shake things up here as SNHU move into their bonus round. But it's going to be, you know, SNHU are already in a better position and have come out of these first two rounds looking really, really well, I think.
It looks like SNHU doesn't... I mean, they don't really have a lot of room to work with here. But Suka's going right out of the gates with a operator, it looks like.
Yeah, right that's a round 3 operator we're seeing.
Yeah.
Suka was really able to find a lot of kills in these rounds. And just budgeting correctly here. Oh, this could be catastrophic if he loses it. Pushing forward here. We'll be able to find a pick on Vibin, throwing these smokes down, trying to escape. Took a lot of damage there, and will end up going down to Sage, and Chrome's going to be able to recover that operator. Throwing it back to his teammate here, grabbing his Spectre. Now 4-on-4. This West Point held back a little bit by this Viper roll. They don't really want to push blind into it. See these Omen smokes coming out. They're going to start to make their moves now. Chrome holding close here. Still has to worry about Saiyajin. Still active here. Could still try and play extremely forward. Slurb coming down as well. We will see MIB get spotted out by that recon bolt. Taken out there as he pushes forward. MXX will be able to find Draga. Now 3-on-3. Continuing to just even things out here. Frenchie finds Hutch. A nice shot with that op. That knife coming out is gonna reveal Sage in there. Actually end up getting him killed with no abilities to use there, and SNHU are gonna be able to get this defuse, staying alive on their bonus round.
Play there from SNHU. I mean, they are able to save the operator too. I like that play that that Suka did at the beginning there.
Yeah, I mean, playing super aggressive with the op, it was definitely risky, and he obviously he did end up paying for that risk by going down, but SNHU were able to recover that operator, which was huge, and that was able to get them another pick later in that round. That was a really impressive thing to just pull out on round 3 like that.
Right, yeah, and it was confident, but it paid off there. So if you know what you're working with, go right for it, and he obviously knew what he was working with there. Looks like they're going to be a little bit spread push here from West Point.
MIB's going to spot him here. Is not ready for the second peek to come through, but he's not going to go down. Hutch peeking through there, just taking his first shot, not going to try and risk taking another. Ends up letting him get away. Suka, he did not need to land that headshot, man. Taking Vibin's head off there. A little bit overkill, but it never looks bad to be on target.
Cover going out.
Spike for West Point's over towards A side still, and they're starting to pivot over. Looks like they want to try and commit to this. That might be getting ready to set these smokes up. We'll actually get suppressed. That's gonna maybe mess up his lineups a little bit here. He starts to run forward. Seeing these smokes come out now. Chrome actually will get flashed there. Suka being able to find a pick on Sage, and with that off is big. And Chrome getting spotted with the recon bolt could be dangerous, but they're actually not going to spray through at him with that ice wall in the way. He starts to move up here. Doesn't know there's West Point here. On the site, MIB and NECC both finding picks there. Suka lands on the site with the op and finds himself right next to MIB. Will end up going down there to Drago. They're going to be able to keep that operator out of West Point's hands. Get it back in their own. Still looking pretty good economically, not giving that up.
Suka's point of view there for I feel like was just perfect. Just seeing the gun slightly out of view on the right.
He landed in the
screen.
trenches.
Yeah.
That was a real tragic situation. Just landing there, MIB sheriff pointed directly at his head.
Yeah, I thought it was a classic right click at first, but that was just how big the muzzle flash was on his screen.
saw the barrel for a few frames before death.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a, I mean, I feel like the ice wall there prevented, Macron from dying, but in the end, I don't know if he got that many picks out after that, but Suka
gets spotted out there. That's a lot of damage to take right away. So you have to be a little bit careful, you know, watching these operator angles as we get further in. West Point have an op of their own now on Saiyajin. We'll see them start to poke up through here, yellow. As they get this spike planted down, Drago just watching this long angle. Gonna drop that Viper's Bite over there. Make it hard for him to push, but Saiyajin still right there. He's gonna find that op shot. Jade will find NECC in the meantime, though. Evening things out 4-on-4 as Suka continues trying through this line of sight, but they're not gonna have a ton of chances to actually get them to come out here. Going forward, finds the shot on Saiyajin. That's actually flushing them out. Frenchie with that Hunter's Fury. Jade and Suka both finding kills. Hutch will be able to take down Macron, but got traded out right after, and West Point are gonna get wiped out that round. SNHU continuing their uphill climb here.
Okay, hear me out. I think that the suppression knife should make it so that you can't aim down sights either.
Yeah, you throw it off. Look, if I was looking down a sniper scope and a knife landed next to me, I'd be a little scared. I wouldn't be able to look down the scope.
Exactly. And I mean, like, I don't know if KO needs a buff right now, but that would be a pretty cool one.
No one plays KO. Come on. You've seen him so much lately. It's like they honestly didn't even change that much about him. I think he got a minor buff, but I think it was more so other agents. Jade doing a lot of damage through that smoke. Hit MIB like right in the chest. Finds 2 kills there. Looking to try and chase NECC here as well. MIB will end up going down. Only has 3 bullets left. Is going to run out, going for this aggressive teleport here. Saiyajin finds Macron. Gonna end up downing him here. Will his team be able to get back in time to save him? Saiyajin gonna try and bait this. Jade will be able to find that kill. Stabilizing this core. They're gonna. I think that makes a noise. They're gonna start to peek out here. NECC coming through. Finds both of those kills. Baiting out that revive. I feel like it's almost never worth it to go for that KO res.
What is the point of his ultimate, really? Ooh.
He gets a little bit of... Oh, suck! He doesn't know he's right behind him, though. He's taking some damage from Suka coming forward. He's going to be able to pick up that kill. SNHU taking another round, though. They're completely undefeated in this half. 8-10 now. But yeah, KO's ultimate, the whole thing with getting downed, honestly, it's just kind of like a safety net if you... It encourages you to go for, like, you know, the entry. But the main use of it is the pulses of suppression that come out of him.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, it'll silence. He'll send out like a ton of wave. Like he'll send out a wave like every 2 seconds when he's in ultimate that silences everyone near him. So once he pops it, you really can't use any abilities.
Yeah,
I think so increases his fire rate like Reyna's ultimate, but it's a little whatever.
I mean, it's like I felt like it's just the worst. I mean, Phoenix ult, but it lasts a whole round, I guess.
It lasts a lot longer than a Phoenix ult, I think, but it doesn't last the entire round. It will run out eventually. When she caught a glimpse of Hutch there for a second, and now a lot of West Point moving up through tube here. They really like pushing up into mid through 2, but they've been really loving this so far. We haven't seen them do too many. Or I feel like we've seen this a lot more than their other like just traditional like push A site or push B site plays.
Ooh,
NECC
taking the
got a-
trade there.
And there's Suka being able to find Vibe in there. That's a huge pick on their entry. MIB with these smokes coming through is really aggressive, able to find Hutch as well. He dashed forward though. He might end up paying for that. Actually able to get away though. Only 16 health left.
30 seconds left.
I don't think he meant to dash in that direction, but it still worked out for him in the end. Drago cut off here, MIB Police and Sage both finding kills there. Suka going down, but Drago coming from behind finds the kill on Sage, and it's just MIB left now. And he is gonna, I think he just ulted over to the other side there. Gonna be able to get this spike down, has plenty of time to do so. But SNHU, this is a 3 versus 1. They're definitely skewed to come out of the situation favorably. But I'd say that Omen's got some good tools to deal with this, as long as he's not silenced, that is. Peeking through, he is going to go down to Jade. Not going to be able to handle both of those people there, shooting him at the same time. And SNHU are going to get this defuse now 9 to 10, almost completely evened up here.
Yeah, they're just one round away from tying it up here. As opposed to, what was it? It was 10 to 3?
It was 10 to 2 at the start of this half.
Yeah.
Look at the scoreboard here. This is, you know, this is going to be interesting. I'm not surprised to see West Point call a timeout here because SNHU have just been demolishing West Point in this half. I mean, West Point were looking extremely strong. Like, I think, look at that first half there, incredibly dominant. But SNHU have just suddenly, you know, really started to pop off here on defense.
Yeah, and I mean, we can see we can see who's performing here. The Jade and Suka just, I mean, they've been playing out of their minds really. 20 and 11 and 17 and 17. I feel like both their operators kind of enable their play style of these risky kind of defensive trades and then retreating to a safer position. But I mean, like, we saw Suka last round and a couple rounds before will just take these ridiculous kind of way up front trades that he shouldn't be able to get away with, but he ends up dashing out in the end.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like same with Jade.
That's sort of Jet's power, right? It's just to get away with those trades that you absolutely shouldn't be getting.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Chamber too. It allows you know, both Jade and Suka to play super aggressively.
Yeah,
Now,
Chambers, I mean, just a little bit more defensive and thrifty, I guess, Jet.
Here.
yeah, I mean, I absolutely like having the Chamber here on defense. It feels really well, especially with the, you know, just having a free operator feels really, really nice on defense, especially on this map here, much more than it does on offense here. But Suka is able to took a second to line up the shot there, find a Mexic, and Sage in there, dashing back to the catwalk, will end up going down. Hutch taking him out.
Spike planted.
The mid-air
operator.
pick on the zip line there.
Yeah, just he's good for 2 before he goes down. That's all he needed to get. Now West Point are suddenly a little bit of a bad situation. They do have Spike planted, but Jade so starting to push forward. That Toward Force is going to go down to Hutch. Not ready for him to be there at that angle. As Freshy was forward as well. MIB Police going to find that headshot. Drago going down too. It's just down to Macrome. And with that knife, he's just given away his position. Popping that flash out. We're seeing West Point play very, very defensively here on this site. He starts to creep forward here. Does catch a glimpse of Vibin, but firing off that shot, they know exactly where he is now. Peeking around, is able to find Hutch, but MIB coming from the side there is able to trade that one back out. West Point taking a round, notably right after calling a timeout.
Yeah, I mean, we said it before. Say it again. What are we going to say, Shane?
I think that coaching might be slightly overtuned. Maybe just a little... The end goal here is to get like a T-shirt that says "Coaching is OP," right? Like,
yeah.
that's what we're trying to get here. We need to try and force this as hard as we can.
I mean, we got to make it happen. Come on.
I mean, are we really even forcing it though? Every time we see a timeout, suddenly, I mean, that's the power up there. Although, I mean, it's not like Saiyan isn't already powered up. Dude's like Super Saiyan 3 right now. He's going off at the moment. Seeing this lockdown come out from West Point. Gonna force SNHU very far off of A here. Give them a chance to push through. And actually get on site here. SNHU gonna be forced to have to play this retake, but that's a huge recon bolt that's gonna let Frenchie get a kill, and Zuka's actually gonna go down super early. NECC finding that pick as he tries to go over there. Big suppression coming out. Macron will end up going down. Jade's going to be able to find that pick on MIB, but Drago going down too. It's just one by one. SNHU going down. West Point really starting to recover in this round.
Yeah, NECC getting 3 kills that round. It's going to take him to match point here, and Atlas is going to call a timeout for SNHU here.
This is, you know, I already made the Dragon Ball joke, right? But this is what's happening, where it's like, oh, the big bad powered up, he beats up SNHU for like an episode, and then SNHU are like, okay, hold on, I got my new transformation here. Let us call a timeout, and you know, Suton coming in, the coach, about to uncap their power levels at the moment.
All right, we're gonna see some crazy play from Suka and Jade this round, and they're gonna be Super Saiyan. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah, this is they're getting the coaching buff right now.
Watch, Suka has 3,800 credits right now. He's gonna come out of this round with like a judge or something, and they're gonna make it work as coaching OP.
I would love to see that. I think something that's a little bit, you know, you can't really understate exactly like when you call a timeout, not only are you taking a second to really refresh yourself and your team and like your mental, and get a second to talk to your coach to really like figure out exactly what's going wrong with your strategy, because this guy's taking notes the whole time. Like, this guy is your playbook.
Yeah.
You're also kind of putting the other team on ice. You're slowing them down a little bit. You're giving them a second to cool off and starting to, you know, upset that momentum.
Right. And when you're in this offensive position, you're like, oh, I wonder what they're talking about. Like, what are they planning?
Frenchie coming through. Does get spotted out. Will get taken out early by Vibin. We're seeing SNHU drop this Viper's Pit on A side here, but West Point taking control of mid. Might try and go over towards B. Drone coming through is going to spot Jade. He's forced to drop back down. As they start to move forward here, and might be finding Drago. That's the pick going down. Basuka finds NECC and Hutch. He's powering up right now. It might be he hears him planting over there on A. He's gonna go ahead and teleport out. I mean, we have SNHU sending some lurkers over to go around behind A. But Vibin's gonna be able to find Macron there. It's just these final 2 SNHU players here. Suka peeking through. MIB is gonna be able to take him out. It's all down. This last player on SNHU. Just down to Jade. As he peeks through around this corner, Vibin's gonna take him out, and that's gonna be the end of game 1 there. West Point finally able to put a stop to SNHU's incredible comeback in that second half.
Yeah, they were
really,
on
really
a
great job.
roll. They were on a roll there. I wish we could
Look
see
at this
the
scoreboard.
round score. Yeah, I know. It's just back and forth here, just blue and then red and then blue and then red. I mean, it was very spread. I mean, both teams played very well tonight. But we're going into map 2, which is Bind.
Yeah, we're about to head into Bind, which we've seen. I think Yellow are pretty comfortable on this map. Icebox is one that, you know, everyone really needs to kind of have a like good fundamentals for, but Bind especially is a little bit of a weirder map. Going to be a little bit interesting to see come out here. We're going to take a quick break while we get ready to throw it to game 2. We'll be back in a minute. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back as we get ready to go into game 2 here on Bind. Just came off of a crazy game 1. SNHU almost, putting out a reverse sweep coming out in the second half, but West Point clinching out that game with a very impressive showing right at the tail end of that second half. Looking to have another really great game here on Bind.
Yeah, that match was actually so close. First 10 minutes of it was so one-sided. It was down to like 10-2, and I mean, SNHU brought it back to 4 points away from match point, or 3 points away from match point. So, it was so close. They almost brought it into overtime. I feel like if, uh, I mean, like they
Choose your
at the
agent.
end there, West Point just did a really good job of shutting down SNHU's tactics. And even with the timeout there at the last round, I feel like, I mean, just barely, West Point pulled ahead there and was able to close out the map. So,
Yeah, it felt like they really just needed to take a second, like get a breather, and then actually, just get like refocused and then really be able to take that match out. But coming here on to Bind, this one might be a little bit different though. So SNHU are pretty comfortable and confident on this map. We've seen, I think, both blue and yellow teams really feeling themselves on this map lately. I mean, this has been something that hasn't been like a super common map to see, but every time it does pop up, it's always really interesting to see exactly how teams play it.
yeah, I mean, personally, this is one of my favorite maps. I'm I I don't know what about it. It's just, I mean, I feel like I'm the most comfortable on it. It might have been like just skewed. Like I've played the most on this map, maybe, but the teleporters make it really interesting too. I feel like uh
Yeah, like I mean, you kind of take out like that middle control in the map, and you replace it with that teleporter. It's like a completely different way to play the game. Which is something that I really appreciate about this map. It's just it is so different.
right, yeah. Going into this round, it's like a strong push on A here.
Two quick picks already from SNHU.
Poison's off.
They're starting to move onto the site now. Seeing that Viper's bite. Block off showers here. SNHU have spike control. They don't have to worry about West Point having control of the site. They just need to hold the showers here. Hutch peeking through. Macrome's not going to be able to find the kill, but spraying through. Macrome will go down. So will Drago. West Point reclaiming that spike control. And now getting ready to move over, or, pivoting back towards that A main entrance. But
30 seconds
mostly
left.
just staying still, hanging in there, waiting for the timer to burn down a little bit, waiting for SNHU to get a little bit impatient, start moving around. But they start to come onto the site now. 14 seconds left. NECC planting. This spike is going to be able to get it down all the way. Suka able to find Sage in, though. Jade finding NECC, though. Only one person left. Hutch going down. It looks like SNHU are going to be able to get that defuse as they come out of this pistol round looking very, very nice. And last time we saw them take a pistol round, they won the next, 9 rounds in a row.
Right, yeah. As soon as they switched halves there, they were just a completely different beast. It might have been a change of just preparation on the defensive side, but I feel like, I mean, even the retakes there, which are I consider more offensive, they were very strong too.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there was almost a point where West Point, really burning down the clock there, weren't entirely sure how to approach that situation. I mean, it's a little bit tough to try and take a site when you only have 3 people left on your team. SNHU pushing forward here. Able to get that orb on B. The rest of West Point over, hanging out on A. Just getting ready to move up A main. starting to break in together as they move towards halls. This Viper and Hull's about to have a very bad time as they all start to pour through. Backing up over towards CT. West Point will be able to get that spike down.
Launching smoke.
SNHU has to try and get this retake here. Oh, Drago able to find Vibe and coming through the smoke. Doesn't know that there's one more coming through that smoke behind him, though. As he goes to molly off that main entrance. It might be coming in from behind that True Discipline. He is going to get right here behind Drago, but he's going to find himself right on top of Suka there. Will end up dying, but not before he takes out Drago. West Point getting wiped out at the end of that round. SNHU are going to be able to get this defused. Getting the whole point over to Frenchie, trying to get that Hunter's Fury up even more. Team Ace coming out, too.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's pulling their weight here. We saw how just the preparation that went into that round. I feel like, I mean, at least this team of SNHU, their defense is definitely really, really strong. Not to say that the other teams aren't strong in defense. I feel like this team, in particular, we've seen just tonight demonstrate how well that they can play defense on these maps.
Yeah, I mean, SNHU definitely. I always think that, you know, last semester we saw SNHU playing a lot more of a slower and more sort of methodical play style, really just taking all the time that they need. And that kind of lends itself to much more of a defensive, reactive play style. And now that a lot of those members from the team that I'm talking about now, from last semester on this team, we're seeing, you know, that shift in play style, whereas Yellow is now very, very much, you know, doing really well on these defensive rounds here. And you know, like stuff just Jade also finding those 2 picks very early on, just really holding down angles like this is stuff that they excel at. Sajan's starting to move up here. Drago is in a little bit of a scary position here. Only has a ghost. Is not going to be able to hit those. Actually does find those shots, though. Didn't take a single shot himself. Suka also finding NECC there. Hutch is going to get that shock dart in there. Try and get some damage on Drago, but we'll get paint shelled out of there. Now has to try and push up to take spike control here. Gonna shoot another shock dart there at Drago, but McCrome just running up. Holding down WM1. Gonna be able to take him out. A flawless round from SNHU. Looks like they were able to take that bonus round too. It didn't lose a single life.
Now, WM1, like, Ferrari?
Yeah.
Ferrari?
Like, you know, just run at them and hold down the trigger and close your eyes and just...
No, I know what you mean. Dude. Close your eyes.
You just let God take the wheel.
Yeah.
Everything will be okay. Suka here getting into a little bit of a shootout here with Sage and is able to get some shots in. Those paint shells forcing a lot of them back. This Boombot coming through, trying to zone him out here. Here's it, is able to take it out right away. Some of them starting to maneuver over towards showers, but mostly still just trying to find some utility usage here. Chrome walking away, vibing, hiding in the smoke could be dangerous. Is Drago walking up here? Is he going to be ready for him holding this extremely close angle? He starts to peek through. He is not ready for it. Drago catches him on that flank there. A successful lurk, but at this point, West Point are, you know, they've broken on the site. NECC getting that spike planted down. It's a 4 versus 3 with West Point in control. But Drago could even it up, but NECC, despite being low health, is going to be able to find that one-tap headshot on Drago. Take him out. Now 4 on 2. And now we're seeing NECC. He's low on health. He's just getting out of there, and he's got his ultimate ready. He's going to pop it as soon as they touch that spike. Chill him close here. He's going to be with that shock dart through. I think he hit Hutch slightly, but pushing forward, Hutch is going to be able to hold that angle there. Jade trying to work with this bull pup. Can't land those shots. West Point take their first round. They're on the board now 3-1 as they win their first offensive round.
Yeah, I mean, SNHU got... Was that their bonus round there?
Last round was their bonus round, so they're pretty even now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they played kind of aggressively, and I think it was at one point Drago was way up and NECC took a pick off him. They were able to just get on site so easily that round, I feel like.
Yeah, I think that they maybe overextended a little bit, and then their actual, people holding down site where it kind of just got overrun, and then a lot of SNHU were splintered apart. Which is really good, really good push from West Point there. Jade with the Tour de Force finds NECC. That's Spike down in sightline of this Tour de Force. Hutch gonna have to try and poke forward here. Might not. Jade might not know that he's on the right side here. Hutch sending that drone through. He's gonna get bolted out again. He's in a tough spot now. They might just try and push up here. He's gonna TP out with the rendezvous. West Point in control Spike once again. SNHU is gonna have to try and turtle here on B, hold things down. And MIB finding Jade there. Macron gonna be able to take out Vibe and evening things out. Keeping their man advantage here, but Hutch finding Frenchie there right on that corner. Now we're even with West Point in control of the site. But we do have a SNHU player seeing that
30 seconds
laser
left.
come through from Brimstone. Well, he's coming up on the flank. Hutch gonna go ahead and start planting the spike. As the boombot starts to go in, so do the paint shells. Could land very close to Hutch. It's gonna do a lot of damage to him.
Last player
Drago finding 2 kills though. It's all down to him. Just him and MIB. He's able to find that last pick though. He's gonna clutch it out, finding 3 kills that round, saving this round for his team and not letting West Point get ahead any further.
But where did Draco come from that round? I feel like he was
He
flanking all the way from A?
he went all the way around through attacker spawn there.
Nice. Very well played there from Snoop.
I mean, that's the when you have patience like that to just take the super long road around, not just run up, try and get that flank as fast as possible. You're able to get really, really unexpected pushes there. And West Point, really the only person they have to like counteract pushes like that is Vibin, who's gonna with the trademark. But I think he ended up dead before Drago was pushing forward there. So his trademarks were inactive. Almost mollied out Showers there. Might actually give MIB a chance to push forward here. Might not have anticipated to be that close. We're going to see the molly come out now. As West Point start to move up main as well. Drago catching a glimpse at Sage, and they're taking him out. Pushing forward also into MIB. Stuck in this corner there, getting bolted as well. Vibin's going to be able to take him out through the wall there, but it's a 4 versus 3. SNHU still in control of the site. NECC's very far forward, though. They might not know he's there, and that could be dangerous. Seeing that orbital laser come out, Frenchie gonna have to try and get out of halls as fast as possible, down to 30 health, and caught with his utility out. Actually, NECC not pushing forward there, but was able to find a kill with that laser. Found also a kill on his own. West Point taking the lead in terms of players here. It's a 2 versus 3. They're gonna get spiked down as well. Frenchie not able to get the pick on Hutch either. It's just Macron. He's only got a judge to work with here to push into this site with. He's gonna get almost spotted out by that recon dart. Didn't quite. He's got some time to work with here, but he's got to really try and close some distance. He's got to start moving up with his classic. Securing this angle here. Hutch caught a glimpse of him there, and he's going to peek again, taking him out. The Jiggle peek just can't really contest it with the classic there. West Point finding their second round. 4-2 now. Still in favor of SNHU. West Point certainly making themselves known.
And, I mean, that round, West Point showed us the power of the Brimstone ultimate on this map. Just so many different close quarters, kind of enclosed areas that if you were to be, have to get out of there within the next second, it'd take you a little bit, or you'd have to push into enemy territory there. So, very well played Brimstone ultimate from West Point that round.
Yeah, finding a pick there on NECC crossing over. SNHU a very early advantage in players, and maybe was able to pick up that spike, despite it going down there thanks to that smoke. But now, I mean, their push is stunted a little bit. They can't really push forward here, especially with the Chrome finding Sage and as well a 5 versus 3. They're gonna find a tough time here, especially when they're so spread out. One of their players still over at B side. He could teleport over at any moment, but that would kind of really, really sell to everyone that it is an A-take. Suki here getting mollied out. Gonna have to try and back out, but his team covering him, buying him that space, is able to get the kill on MIB. Hutch going down on the other side of the map as well. It's just down to Vibe in a 1 versus 5. Here comes the ace from Vibe, we're gonna see him try and attempt this as he finds Vikram there. 4 more kills to go. He's got plenty of ammo though. He's got a tour de force too. If he really feels like it. Suka peeking forward there, a little bit scary. But Vibin with 30 seconds left, he does have the spike. He's gonna have to try and make a move somewhere. Starting to move over towards B. He's gonna have to try and push into Jade here first. As he moves forward, he gets spotted out by that trademark. They know where he is. Getting spotted out by the second one who caught with his knife out. Vibin will get taken out. Not able to get that ace. SNHU keeping that lead 5-2. As they continue to build themselves up here. A really, really nice defense.
Yeah, we keep seeing Jade use his trademark for the kind of catch either entry or even rotations from people on West Point, but I don't think we get to see Vibin use his trademark for catching maybe lurkers or people who are flanking on SNHU.
Yeah, it's just a little. There's only like a little bit of actually gathering intel. It's been a little bit harder for West Point here. They've had to make some decisions based on assumptions about how SNHU are playing, and that hasn't worked out incredibly well for them. But no, SNHU.
Were you gonna say gathering for intel difference?
A little bit. You've definitely seen the trademarks from SNHU really, really doing a lot for them and just giving them information. Frenchie coming through with this drone as well. Wasn't able to bolt NECC there, and NECC actually able to find Frenchie. That showstopper also finding Suka. Vibin finding 2 kills. It's all down to Jade. He's the last one left. He's able to avoid that flash. MIB flashing again, will get hit by the full flash, but I think he flashed himself as well. NECC coming from behind will make sure that isn't a problem. The West Point finding another round there. West Point there, they spent quite a few resources on that. Spending that showstopper to get a big entry like that was it worked out really well for them and ended up getting them the round. But SNHU, I mean, they've got 2 really good ultimates to work with as well this round.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see how they're going to use these 2 ultimates, or if they'll even use, both of them at all. Looks like they're gonna pop the Viper's Pit right away.
Suka coming through is going to be able to pick up MIB with Sage, and quick on the draw. Trades out his teammate there. Almost died in the process, though. Only 20 health left to work with. He's got to wait for his team to actually push through Garden first before he can try and make any moves. SNHU just launching Viper's Bites up there, trying to catch him out. Frenchie watching this angle up here. Macron able to find Vibin, though. 4 versus 3. As SNHU start to push out of A, they know it's got to be a B take, especially with them moving up on Frenchie. He's able to take down Sage before he goes down. Will end up getting taken out from beyond the grave by Sage in there. His paint shells finding that kill. Hutch will be able to take down Jade, but not without taking a lot of damage himself. That said, West Point will get the spike planted. And now SNHU have to try and push into here. Moving up, will get smoked out. He's got to worry about this drone coming through. Is going to get bolted. There's a tough position for him now, especially with that smoke up. But Drago coming through is going to start defusing. Getting it halfway, he's got to back out, or else he's going to take a lot of damage to that molly. Macrome's starting to move forward here. We're seeing Hutch lobbing shock darts through. Macrome's going to be able to spray through, figure out exactly where he is by the arrow's trajectory there. And Drago also holding his own over in CT halls. It's going to give SNHU that round 6-3.
Macrome with the reads kicking in there. I feel like we used to always see Macrome the first semester we were casting on the Sova there. So
yeah, he's definitely got a little bit of experience in there. He knows the simple geometry.
Yeah,
he's studied it. I'm gonna see West Point call a timeout here as we get close to the end of this half. West Point really just want to try and come out of this even. Going into the second half with like a score difference of like I'd say like 3 rounds and is when things start to get a little bit dicey. I mean, it's a little bit tough to just kind of have less rounds that the other team needs to win than you do in a half. It can really hurt. So West Point coming out of this even is absolutely the best thing they can do here. And looking at the scoreboard here, I mean, we've been going back and forth for the last 6 rounds or 7 rounds there. So this is West Point really can't. They really don't want to continue to go back and forth in these rounds as we close things out.
Right, yeah, that would. I mean, they'd go even with a 3 round deficit there, but they could go even with a 6-6 here into the next half. And I feel like SNHU, they took the pistol round this half, and I thought it was pretty strong, so that would be scary going into the next half even.
Yeah, if SNHU can get the pistol round next half, they're gonna have like a ton of momentum to work with, like we've seen in this half. And that could be scary. As West Point start to move forward here, that knife getting taken out. Not gonna give them any information. And the Chrome holds forward here, putting himself on the line to watch this close angle. Jade and Frenchie both finding kills. That's going to put a huge dent in West Point. Both of them pushing forward out of B. They saw that there was no one pushing there, and they recognized that opportunity, and they stroke. And that was exactly what they needed to find there. Chrome finding NECC as well. They're just pushing up and catching out West Point there when they least expect it. They're cornered pretty much right now. Suka just holding this close angle. Vibin can't. He has to try and back out. Start to, they're corralling them over to B side here.
"30 seconds left."
They're gonna start moving up, man. Will they teleport over, or will they continue to push up through here? Jade up close is gonna get taken down by MIB. Frenchie looking to try and avenge his teammate. Moving forward here, we'll be able to get some damage in on Vibin, who won't be able to take him down. As Vibin gets this spike plant, it's a 2-on-3. Vibin taking even more damage from that snake bite. And Namali as well is going to take him out. It's a 1-on-1 now. It's all down to MIB to secure this round for his team. Macrome needs to try and shut him down before he can get too much. He is going to take some damage there. Throwing that flashbang over. Macrome tapping the bomb is going to get sprayed down through the wall. We're going to be able to get this defuse. Ensures that West Point cannot go even in this half. No matter what, they're coming out of this with a lead.
I mean, even if Macrome didn't spray him down through that wall, he has the power to just take it down whenever he wanted.
Yeah. And now, I mean, West Point do have a their actual economy in terms of credits is looking pretty poor. They've only really got the money to buy 1 rifle here, but they've got good ultimates to work with, and that could try and even things out here. Whereas SNHU really only have this tour de force, but they do have the gun advantage. Jade getting forced out of that corner. They're forced to take that TP over. Gets silenced. And now Frenchie, Frenchie's, at this point, he's the last bastion of B site. As they push forward here, Frenchie is able to down MIB. Finds NECC as well. MIB might be able to get back up, but NECC definitely will not. And now with SNHU starting to come back over, it's questionable whether or not they'll be able to res MIB, especially with Hutch going down. MIB is just going to bleed out now. It's a 4 versus 2. Sayajin getting sprayed through there. Good calm, saw him. Jade finding that shot with the tour de force. SNHU continue to lead 8-3 as you get closer and closer to closing out this half. This is it. I mean, SNHU could come out of this half 9-3.
It could happen, and at the rate that we're going at, I mean, it's not back and forth anymore. I wouldn't be surprised to see it, but we'll see what West Point pulls out of their hat this time.
Here.
Yeah, I mean, they did spend one of those ultimates. They spent the KO ultimate, so they're not going to have that anymore. They're really just going to have the Hunter's Fury and the Brimstone ult.
Yeah, but NECC's ultimate is a little bit scary.
It is. He was able to get a kill with the two. Sajin finds an early pick there on Suka. Macrom does pick up that orb, gets the Viper's Pit, but there's someone lurking right behind him. MIB creeping up. If he's able to get a pick on Macrom before he can drop that Viper's Pit, that's going to be huge. And Dragon taking that too. Macrom is stranded. MIB pushing up right behind him. Macrom's going to be able to take him out, though. Now this Viper's Pit dropped on A site is going to force them to bring Spike over to B, and Jade takes him out. SNHU have Spike control. West Point need to try and reclaim it, although it doesn't look like Jade is going to try and play super close for it. As they all teleport over, beginning to rush him. Frenchie's starting to rotate over. Just going to try and hold the site. You're going to see the Hunter's Fury come out. Is able to get Vibin!
Enemy remaining.
Trying to find anything else. Sajin going down too. That Spike down again. They're able to hold it in a lot more of a secure spot right now. And Hutch is going to have to push into enemy lines, find the Spike. He gets recon bolted. He has to back out. But he cannot save this round. This is do or die for this half. He has to try and push in here. Take it as far as he can. He's going to pop that Hunter's Fury. He's going to try and find Frenchie here off the back of that recon bolt, but won't be able to find that kill. Won't even be able to tag him. 15 seconds left, and he's got to just try and clutch this out with raw mechanical skill. As he jumps on over, Frenchie right underneath him is going to make sure that doesn't happen as SNHU close out this round 9-3. Jade clearly feeling very, very happy about that.
I couldn't tell what was happening.
I think he was a little excited. I think he was maybe a little.
Little shake of the mouse. But yeah, going into another pistol round here. Gonna see what SNHU has to bring to the table. Last time it was a little bit scary of a round for them. They were able to win the round with 3 lives to spare, I feel like. So we'll see if they can carry this over to offense.
Yeah, they absolutely. I mean, obviously they want to win the pistol round, but this is going to be so huge for them. They only need 4 rounds to close this out. If they win this pistol round, they have just made a huge leap towards closing this out and getting us to game 3. Vibin here. He's going to teleport out as soon as he hears all of those footsteps walking up. Frenchie throwing that utility in there, trying to zap anyone out of that back corner. Also just reflecting those, trying to get him over towards CT halls. Boombot coming through. I'm able to find a thing. Hutch finds Suko. Drago trading right back out. 4-on-4. Frenchie able to find one. Finds MIB through the smoke. Macrom taking out NECC. Will get traded out. It's just Sajin on site now. He gets taken out by Drago. All down to Vibin. Last player standing for West Point's pistol round. He's going to spot Frenchie. Finds a headshot there. He's got 12 shots left. 2 heads to go. But he pushes forward here, is going to get taken out by Drago as SNHU secure that pistol round and buy themselves a big ticket to game 3 here.
Yeah, like I said, SNHU's pistol round there was once again scary. They did not let us down. And look how many points that Drago has on his ultimate already.
Yeah, he could potentially have it, this round if it goes really well for him. Pick up an orb, get 2 kills. Or, get a kill, plant the bomb.
Right.
He's got ultimate for round 3 there, and, you can talk about the range advantage all you want. I think Brimstone's got a little bit more range on a Vandal with his orbital satellite.
Yeah.
Big recon bolt there, actually gets taken out. Very, very quick reactions there from Macrom to catch that one. Would have given up a lot of information otherwise. As they start to move up here, Suka's going to start to move in here. Finds MIB on the entry. Vibin will be able to take him out with that shorty from Macrom moving in. Now finds Hutch, takes out Vibin too. Sajin going down. It's all down to NECC here, pushing through Hookah to try and get in there.
Spike planted.
Taking some damage too. Only 50 health. Has a little bit of utility to work with. But, I mean, he's only got a frenzy. How much of this money does he actually want to spend? And getting recon bolted too. This is pretty much over for him now. They know exactly where he is. He's only got 50 health and a frenzy. He's looking to try and catch Frenchie out here, though. Frenchie spots his gun peeking around the corner, though, and will be able to find him. SNHU now 11-3. Only have 1 more round to go before match point. This is West Point's opportunity. This is SNHU's bonus round. They can start to make some progress here, but if SNHU take this round, things are looking critical here for West Point.
yeah, this round could lead to snooze match point there, and that would not be good for West Point here. But this is snooze bonus round, so in the material long run, they have a disadvantage this round. So we'll see what West Point is able to do.
That said, I mean, look at West Point's armor though. They're working with a little bit less health than SNHU are, and that could, you know, that extra 25 health could make a little bit of a difference coming out here. The SNHU start to move forward here. We actually have Sajan on the flank here, moving through market, trying to get this big flank through attacker spawn. Frenchie's real hurt. Something really messed him up coming through showers here. MIB is able to take down Suku and Macron trading now as they start to rush here onto site. NECC has to worry about Frenchie here. Spraying through is going to give his position away. The Sajan walks up, takes down Jade from behind. Now starting to move over towards Shower. He's got to worry about Frenchie now. NECC takes down Macron. Frenchie finds Sajan there, pushing from behind. Gets a little bit of a gun upgrade there. Might just try and save this. I think that's the exact play to go for here in this situation. You only got 9 health. Three opponents to try and take out here. Just get that Vandal. Just try and make it out alive. You'll be good next round. Don't worry
I couldn't
about
tell if he was shaking his head no or he was checking both angles there.
A little bit of both.
It
It always feels a little bad to save a gun.
Yeah. But I mean, in that scenario, I feel like it's 11-4. They have a lot of room to work with here.
Oh yeah, they can, you know, this is the thing where it's like SNHU, because of the huge lead they had in the first half, they have so much more room to make mistakes, whereas West Point don't. SNHU start to get stacked up here on Garden. Moving up top as well, pushing through. Caught a glimpse of Vibe in there. He will back off here. We're seeing Suka trying to jump in there, gets taken out though. Macron trading right back. You see this Viper's Pit get committed down by SNHU, but there's only 2 players left here. West Point suddenly, you know, they've got some guns to work with, and they're in a, you know, they're really feeling themselves here in this round. We're actually taking some damage from that spray through. Moving forward here, isn't able to take down Stage, but is able to get a lot of damage on him here. It's all down to Macron to fight this 1 versus 4 and get spotted out there. They know he's not in the pit. They don't have to worry about it anymore. They know he's over in halls. And now he's gotta, you know, he's gotta really worry about trying to push out of here. He's just gonna drop that smoke, try and run, try and stay alive. Try and get over towards A site here. But the rest of West Point, I mean, they're already starting to rotate over pretty quick, taking that teleporter over. The Chrome's gonna have to try and plant this for defender spawn. But now with that wall down, he's in a real scary position now. He is completely surrounded. Pushing out of Vibe and is able to find him. Taking that kill. 1 less angle he needs to check now. 1 versus 3. Gets off to the side here. Sajan touching the bomb there. Is not able to fight NECC though. NECC catching him on the wall though. Will give West Point another round to work with here. 11-5.
Macron was so close to taking out NECC there too.
Yeah, just unfortunately got caught up on that corner. We're going to see SNHU call a timeout here. They just need a little pep talk to help themselves clinch this one out.
Yeah. I mean, 2 losses in a row there. I guess, I mean, at some point you gotta wrap your head back in, you know.
Yeah, two losses. I mean, at that point, you know, West Point take the bonus round. They've got a little bit of momentum coming out. The SNHU need to try and stop it. The moment SNHU stop this momentum that's coming out from West Point, they're probably just going to end up, you know, carrying that through. But the question is, are West Point gonna let SNHU stop that momentum, right? You know, we've seen, you know, the power of the reverse sweep already in this set with SNHU coming dangerously close to 1 in that first set or in that first game.
If West Point pulls a reverse sweep from 11-5, we are in for one hell of a show.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a lot of Valorant tonight if that is the case, which is definitely not a bad thing. Get to see a lot of really, really competitive play coming out, especially from teams like this. I do not remember the last match against West Point here being nearly as good. This is definitely a really good show so far.
Yeah, both teams have definitely improved.
SNHU getting ready for this A take here. So they start to move up. Are gonna get detected, pushing up through main. You see those paint shells trying to zone them out here. NECC is actually able to take down Frenchie there. Also finds Jade. Sage and finding Suka though. SNHU are dropping one by one. They're gonna take the teleporter. Abandon that A take. Start to move over, but they're gonna go over through Garden. Not gonna push through Hookah. Just gonna try and take this. Try and take this slow. Try and go for the safer path here.
We saw all three of West Point start rotating over.
Let's just moving up close here. We'll get bolted out by Drago. Could potentially get sprayed through. Vibin finding with the Tour de Force and Hutch taking down Macron. Gonna be a flawless round from West Point.
Closing the gap slowly but surely. 3 rounds in a row there. Coaching isn't broken.
Yeah, coaching is maybe a little underpowered, I think. Maybe we need to tweak that one a little bit more. When my coach talks to me, I should win the next round.
Yeah, come on. I mean, we took 60 seconds for what?
for us to lose a round, come on.
Yeah.
We're gonna see it. Yeah, SNHU don't have a lot of money to work with here. Okay, maybe, working with these sheriffs, these eco weapons, West Point might have a chance to continue to build up these points. Start closing the gap even more.
Frenchie pushing up on B long here.
A glimpse of them might be there.
Scary.
Every time a shot like that happens, you're just like, could you imagine? Drone coming around is probably going to spot Frenchie here. Bolts him out. They did spot the spike over by B. That knife coming through is going to detect both Macrome and Frenchie there. Does West Point just play back? They know SNHU are here. They don't want to peek out into him. NECC's able to find a pick on Suka, taking him out on A side. SNHU might just have to try and commit to B. Losing players over on A as they push forward here. Vibin's in this corner. Drago is able to find out NECC pushing over here. Hutch is able to take down both. And now West Point have control of the spike. There's only 2 here, though. As they come to the teleport as well, MIB is able to take down Jade and Drago as well. West Point winning another round here as they shut down SNHU's eco round.
Yeah, that's their 4th round there, and I feel like the grueling part of this for SNHU is that these aren't really like I mean, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to say they're not close, but they're kind of like really fast rounds that West Point are just closing these ones out right now.
Yeah, West Point have been doing a really good job closing out the last few rounds. And they've been looking super great while doing it too. SNHU, something needs to adapt here because at the moment West Point, the rate at which they're taking rounds is a little bit concerning.
Yeah.
SNHU try to apply some pressure up here on B. Sending some utility in. Drago looking to try and poke through. Is able to get a shot on Vibin, but not able to take him out. Drago going down. Bazooka trading out with Sage. And Hutch is able to find Macrome, though, with that Hunter's Fury. SNHU now down a player. West Point still 4 strong. It's Jade looking to just try and clear out A with this Tour de Force all on his own. Might get spotted out by NECC here. Gets shot from the side. Now it's just down to Frenchie and Suka. Suka does have this showstopper. Frenchie does have this Hunter's Fury, but at this point, a 2 versus 4, do you want to commit these resources? Or do you just want to go next? Try it. See if it goes better next time.
Yeah, right. I mean, they still have room to work with. Like, they're not in a very bad spot yet.
They're not in a very good one either, though. And that's, it's definitely an uphill battle. Suka starting to break through here. Is able to take down Vibin, but Hutch trades him out. Frenchie trading right back. Frenchie gonna have to win this 1 versus 2. See NECC holding that ultimate ready. Frenchie's gonna have to try and tap this. We're gonna see that ult come through right away. He knew it was gonna happen. He doesn't know NECC is right there though, and Frenchie will go down. West Point taking another round now, 8-11. I don't want to say it, but we did come into this half 9-3. This is the cursed number.
It's a cursed scoreline. Now, since they got, I mean, they did end up saving those ultimates, and maybe this round they could stop the momentum that West Point has been building. However, Drago is working with the Spectre. We got Saiyajin on the operator this round, so a little bit scary.
Yeah, we saw him do a little bit of work of it with that operator last round too. But that was on the Jet. You know, opping on Raze and opping on Jet are definitely very different. Macrom holding down Ace on his own while the rest of his team over on B. Starting to actually push through. Drago charging in. Suka going through with that blast pack. Showstopper still finds a double, actually a single double kill, including himself there. West Point find 3 kills in a row, though. It's all down to Jade. 30 health left and 2 kills to go. 3 bullets left. Is not able to find NECC there. West Point taking another round now, 9-11 as they continue their climb. Suka there. Did pop that showstopper.
I saw the kill feed, and I saw the two things pop up, and then I mean, like, I like how you put a double kill, including himself.
Yeah, I mean, that was like, I saw the red, and for a second I was like, you can't team kill with that ultimate, can you? And I was like, oh no, he just shot his feet. He just jumped on top of someone and shot his feet. Like, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was actually a lot closer of a round.
Saiyajin, no! Peeking through showers, finds Suka French. She finds NECC back. In return, though, with Saiyajin playing super aggressive with this operator, he's able to get so much value out of it. SNHU are down a player already. Drago having to push through this molly. He's going to get flashed by MIB. They're taken out. Now 4 versus 3. SNHU at a disadvantage, revealed by that recon bolt as well. Gonna have to try and back out. Try and pivot over towards B. A is kind of a lost cause at this point. Archie coming through, trying to secure that teleporter. MIB is absolutely getting ready to just hop right through there at the moment they make themselves known on site. That trademark's making it so hard to hop over here. It's slowing down. They can't get over top here. Viben is able to take down Jade. SNHU, it's only these last 2 left, breaking onto site here. Frenchie! Oh, caught right on the edge of that smoke. Very disorienting. Gets taken out by Hutch, but Macrom is able to find MIB. Gonna have to try and play some trickery here to get over to the spike, because he's gonna have to push out of his pit. Is Saiyajin ready for someone to come from the side, though? Not sure if he's watching the spike or down main. He's gonna see the operator off to the side. Macrom finds that headshot. He finds Hutch as well, but he's not looking over towards main, which is where Viben is. He's gonna take him out now. West Point only 1 point away from evening up the odds, 10-11.
It is such a close game here.
This is, I mean, you know, SNHU had a shot at a reverse sweep in that first game, and now West Point get their shot here, and it's a little scary. It's a little scary. Hopefully, SNHU, you know, are able to really try and compose themselves here, because this has been the last, you know, 7 rounds in a row that they've been really struggling to find too much.
Yeah, that is one satisfying scoreline for West Point there, though.
Absolutely. I mean, morale's got to be great right now. I'd love to listen into those comms. They're probably just, you know, yelling and shouting right now.
Yeah.
They're having a great time. Every time they get a kill, a party popper goes off in the background. See that Hunter's Fury come out? Isn't going to be able to tag anyone, though. They start to move forward. The Chrome hot picking up top is going to get taken out by 5 minutes. There's just 3 quick kills. West Point with a flawless round.
What happened? It was over before I could open.
It went straight in the blender.
What happened?
They put all 5 SNHU members in the blender. They put the lid on. They flipped the switch, and it was over. That was a massacre on the B site there. Vibin and Hutch just mowing down SNHU members there. And now with things even up here, I mean, West Point seemingly no end in sight to their rampage here.
Standing ahead.
Frenchie trying to make a move on showers here, but Sage and watching close to this operator again is gonna be able to bolt him here. That's bait though. That's bait. They tried to peek him and pre-fire it, but Sage is ready. And he finds two. There's no way.
That was not good.
He
for
found
Sage.
two there.
He found two while recon bolted.
Drago trying to push up Hookah here, making sure there's no one right there. Trying to find a trademark right there, but it's gonna get bolted in the process. Has to back off.
Smoke's down.
Because SNHU still have Spike on A side. Looks like they still want to try and commit to this, but Saiyajin's, I mean, he's not budging from A side. He's still over there. He's still, you know, really a big threat over here. He's gonna actually start rotating out. Enough time's passed that, you know, you gotta assume it's a B take at this point. SNHU. Now's their chance to strike when it's just MIB here. Not that MIB isn't a force to be reckoned with, but he is at least smoked out.
30 seconds left.
If nothing else.
Spike planted.
You're gonna see West Point pop that Hunter's Fury. Is he gonna be able to take down McCrome with it? It's only 2 players left on SNHU. West Point threatening match point as that laser comes through. Vibin forced to push out Suka, able to find that kill. Draco going down though. It's all down to Suka. Only 30 health left and they're all pushing up on him. He's not gonna be able to withstand that. A firing squad just rolling around that corner as West Point get this defuse. Connor, I'm sad to say it is now 12-11 in favor of West Point.
They don't got that much room to work with anymore.
SNHU they need to win this next round to bring this into overtime.
Yeah.
If you showed me that first half and said this is gonna be an overtime game, I would have been like, nah, no shot.
Nah. No
And
shot.
then you show me SNHU win that pistol round, no shot. And then West Point, you know, they just activated. They were, you know, that G Fuel kicked in. Suddenly that caffeine's coursing through their veins, and now they're ready. They're gaming now. SNHU start to move up, looking for mostly a B-side take here. But they are spread out, just trying to find these picks. Saiyajin sitting over towards B-side here could cause some trouble with that operator. He has definitely shown himself to get more than his fair share is worth with that thing. Suka getting these paint shells ready. Could see him try to blast pack in here real soon. Although the last few times we've seen that, you know, explosive entry, it hasn't gone too well. But he is able to find Hutch, though. Spraying down here, Saiyajin finds him right back, though, trading back and forth with that op shot. SNHU going to quickly start to teleport over as their team in A main already in position. You have to worry about MIB starting to push up, though. He's able to find Drago. Gonna pop his ultimate.
30 seconds left.
SNHU just completely suppressed right now. They got to deal with him. They are able to down MIB, but Vibin finds Frenchie from behind. It's a 2-on-2. McCrome doesn't have a lot of health works, but he finds Vibin with his knife out. It's all down to Sage, and just with the operator and a sheriff. He's peeking over to Showers. He's able to find Jade. He's got to be able to find McCrome, though, but McCrome anchoring down the team brings it 12-12. SNHU are going to overtime.
Switching sides. Overtime.
It's ridiculously close here.
McCrome said there is absolutely no way we are not going to overtime here. It's West Point, you know, they've had their fun. They've had their last 9 rounds in a row. Whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to overtime.
Fire. West Point, I mean, that one last round there at the end to bring them into overtime, they were just on a roll until then. I mean, if it goes to that kind of back and forth pattern now, I mean, we could see a couple overtimes here. I feel
I
like.
mean, you know, I'm no professional statistics guy, but looking at the scoreboard, I see a clear trend. You win a round, you win the next 9.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say SNHU, you're looking great right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, based on what the data shows and
I'm
this in the
looking at
sample
some
size.
patterns right now.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a pattern understander. You might come to see. Me and Empath definitely knowing that SNHU are feeling pretty good about not losing the game right there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if I was new right now, I'd feel the same way. I'd be like, yeah. I mean, like we just won. We took our first round out of 9 that are to come.
Yeah, we get R9 now.
Yeah.
SNHU, I mean, it's got to be such a relief to bring it into overtime, right?
Yeah.
Like, they've been, you know, really just... West Point's been laying into them for a while. Getting the chance to bring it into overtime, now you have to win by 2. It's, you know, it's a little bit of a soft reset in here, and SNHU, you know, they don't have to worry about the economy just growing against them even more. They're really, you know, this is pure consistency now. And that said, West Point have been doing pretty well in terms of consistency. Frenchie spraying through here.
Planted.
Was able to get a little bit of damage out with that shock dart. Took some damage of his own. Jade, a little bit low after taking some shots through there. But Macrome is able to find MIB. NECC trading right back, though. Finds Frenchie Sage and taking down Drago. It's a 4 versus 3. Now a 3 versus 2. SNHU still down a player. As soon as the smoke clears, though, Macrome's going to try and push up here through hookah.
Toxins going up.
He's putting this wall up. Try and hop in. Jade finding Hutch. He's able to find NECC as well. Macrome finds the last 2. And SNHU are going to take the lead here. They're a point up. And finally, I can say it is match point here for SNHU.
It is finally the long anticipated match point for SNHU.
Switching sides. Match point.
They've
But
got
now they're pushed back onto offense.
yeah. This is I mean, you know, looking at how this is sort of played out here,
Here.
SNHU's offense on this map has not been terrible. West Point were really popping off on offense there, and SNHU,
I'll take
you know,
everything from them.
have been doing okay.
I mean, West Point is taking what they did on SNHU's offense.
Chrome pushing up with this drone. Starting to get ready for this A push into here. The Chrome trying to get this flick over to NECC. Gets a lot of damage onto him. Definitely winning out on that trade, but not finding that kill. West Point don't have any healing, though, to deal with that. Sajin with the op on B site. He's not in a position where he can really influence too much now, but MIB is able to find Jade. Drago and Macrome finding 2 kills of their own, though. SNHU. They're 4 strong right now, looking to plant this spike. They've got it down. As West Point start to push up here, Drago will go down.
Last player standing.
So will Frenchie. Hutch finding 2. It's all down to Macrome. He's been here before.
He's done it.
He's clutched this out. Peeking around this corner here. He is going to be able to find Hutch. Switching guns here to pick up that ammo, but Saiyajin's going to be able to take him out. Shutting down that clutch as West Point equal things out.
There.
Very nice try. It's gonna tie it back up there for West Point. 13 to 13. Second overtime.
This is, you know, we're right back to square one.
Yeah.
I'm noticing that the pattern, you know, has not worked out right. And
Right, and our plan B, our backup, we might be here all night.
yeah, looking at the sample, that we had of data, that seems, you know, statistically impossible
Right.
that SNHU didn't take the next 9 rounds. This is strange. Now we're starting to go back and forth. I'm a little scared. It hasn't been like this for a while. The West Point starting to mostly move up towards B side here. Spike is still towards A, but it's starting to pivot over. As they get ready to try and push into Hookah here. They're gonna have to push into Jade, and Frenchie holding down B site here. Isn't taking an angle on Garden. Jade does have that rendezvous ready. That drone coming through will bolt them, forcing him to teleport early. They know where he teleported to as well. He's gonna take a little bit of damage from that molly, but Frenchie finding Hutch. He will end up going down himself, Sage, and trading right back.
Planted.
Teleport's gone.
It's a 4-on-4. West Point have the spike down. Vibin holding this angle close here. Jade looking to push into him. Drago pushes into him. Will end up going down. So does Suka pushing into Sage, and Macrome trades right back. So does Jade. It's now 2-on-2. Macrome going down. Jade's got to try and make this work, but Mexic's right behind him, hitting him from the flank. West Point are now up around, and it's now match point for them.
Match point.
This is not looking good for SNHU here.
Yeah, I mean they've gotta really make this offense work. They've got to take this round. You know, they've come all this way. They've weathered the storm so far. Double overtime just doesn't sound like enough. We could do this all night.
Scanning ahead.
Frenchie, we'll get spotted up by that recon bolt. A little bit of info there. MIB finding an early pick on Drago. That's worrying here for SNHU. Suka wants to try and trade this out here. MIB coming through that teleporter. Is going to be able to get away scot-free. Getting back towards B side. SNHU now back to square one. Just have to try.
Take flight.
They have to mostly try and find a pick here.
Enemy.
They are able to bolt Vibe in there. Trying to spray him through, but not going to be able to. Jade's able to find Sage and a big one at that. They're starting to move in onto A site here. B player's starting to pivot over, pick up this spike. Try and get over here as fast as possible. Macrome able to avoid getting suppressed by that knife. MIB spraying right above Macrome's head right now. Suka getting the spike planted down. He's going to come around the wall. He's going to find both of them. Hutch and MIB going down, trying to find one more. MXX able to hold his ground there. Jade will be able to trade it right back out, and now it's all down to Vibin trying to push in here. A 1 versus 3. Spikes down. He has no utility. His rendezvous is almost off cooldown here, but I think he's going to try and push without it. Pushing into Hall here. He's going to run into Frenchie and get taken out. SNHU staying above water. As we go into triple overtime, that's got a little bit more of a ring to it than double overtime.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what they came here for. That's what we paid for, right?
Yeah, like I sat down in my desk and I was like, if we don't get a triple overtime sometime tonight, I'm gonna be a little upset.
Yeah.
That said, you know, quadruple overtime is pushing it.
Yeah,
that's pushing it. By that point, I'm like, oh, you know, I like the triple overtime better.
So, statistics major. What do you think the outcome of this round will be?
Well, I mean, looking at the pattern that's been emerging, I think this will be an endless stalemate. We're just going back and forth, and it's been a rough time here. The projection is that we will never leave. Hutch is able to find an early pick on Macrome. Suka finds a pick on Mexec with a judge there, but will get taken out himself. Drago trading right back, though. It's a 3-on-3 as West Point get the spike planted on A site here. Drago, here alone, has to wait for reinforcements to show up coming through. Attacker spawn. He is behind enemy lines right now. Sajin over there in that corner. He's able to take down Vibe, and that's huge. It's now a 3 versus 2 as the rest of SNHU start to push through showers. Sajin in that back corner. It's just Sajin left, and he goes down. SNHU are going to be able to get this defuse. Going to be able to take this round, bring it 15-14. And now, I mean, you know, we've seen patterns broken before.
Right.
Yeah,
We're big pattern guys.
Yeah, I see patterns, and I see them get broken. It's just what I do. I see these things, and so I think that just looking at the trends recently, SNHU, I mean, like offense has been a little bit of a tough spot for them. But they've been kind of warming up over these overtime rounds. I feel like these last 2 rounds for SNHU have been really, really nice. Smoke coming down in A main. Seeing some very forward play coming out, but SNHU playing back. NECC up high. Might have caught a glimpse of Drago there just for a second. Might have seen the barrel of his gun peeking around the corner. Seemed like he was pretty close. SNHU. Just need to find a pick. Sage find Suko, though. That's exactly the opposite of what they need. They needed to find a pick, not get picked. And NECC finding Drago as well. It's a 3 versus 5. SNHU still have control of the spike, but they are, they don't have an in at the moment.
Toxins going up.
They still need to find a way to get on one of these sites. Jade's starting to come in with the help of this drone. He's gonna take a leg shot there. I think that was actually through the wall, is why it didn't kill him. Jade, on the brink of death is like, okay, the op's over there. We're going. I don't want to be here anymore. As he starts to come over here, he's about to run into Vibin. Macrome will be able to take him out, though. A rendezvous going down. Seeing MIB just running forward, is able to throw the flash through the wall there.
10 seconds
Pop
left.
flashing right through. Frenchie's able to find a pick of his own, taking down Saiyan, but NECC and Much both find picks, and the MIB is going to even things up once again by taking out Jade. Now we're in the quadruple
Switching
overtime.
sides.
Yeah, so like the
Overtime.
quadruple overtime, right? It doesn't got the ring to it. What do we call the next one?
That would be a quintuple, which does sound kind of cool.
Yeah, that
actually.
sounds cool. Let's do that one.
Yeah, this is, go next. Go next overtime already.
Yeah.
Quadruple overtime. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. But we've been seeing Suka running the judge last 2 rounds here. He's holding right under this ledge in hookah. Trying to just find these quick picks on West Point as they come in. That said, I mean, what it's gonna come down to is really if West Point are able to take an offensive round, and if SNHU are able to take an offensive round, like that's the weak point for both
Spike
sides.
planted.
Is specifically playing offense.
Right.
Both sides are very, very good at defending. Spike down for West Point though. Saiyan finding Suka. This is dangerous. Saiyan finding a second one. As they start to push up, Frenchie's able to find Saiyan with that shock there. Drago finding 2 quick kills, one of the Molly. But Chrome almost getting burnt to Chris. Vibin will take him out on his own. Now a 2-on-2. As Frenchie looks to try. Poke out of the smoke. We'll run right into NECC though. Drago finding Vibin. It's Brim versus Brim. Tapping the bomb there. Pushing up onto NECC. This could be it. 2 health left for Drago.
He's pushing forward.
He sees him though.
He had no ammo.
He doesn't have time to defuse though. It's so sad. West Point are gonna take that round there. Now a point ahead. Once again, match point.
Match point.
Drago deserved to win that round. He was absolutely fearless, pushing ahead with that 2 health.
Yeah, I mean that's do or die. Nothing carries over. Gotta.
I mean, but still, like, ankles broken, like stopping mid-track
Yeah,
there
sure.
to waste the rest of his clip.
These are the rounds that really matter. This is what's been tough for SNHU, is taking these attacking rounds. West Point were able to take theirs. So now things are a little bit dubious, I'd say.
Ooh, they might have seen Drago there with a recon dart.
Caught a glimpse of him, perhaps. Saiyan is Mike actually gonna get hit by that Molly, forcing him back there. Took a ton of damage. Drago just running in full blind. Suka going down on his own. Hutch going down too. MIB able to find Drago. They're shutting him down. Finding Frenchie as well. Macrome's able to find Saiyan as they have to push forward here. Jade getting the spike plants as Macrome finds one more. Jade looking to pick up his gun, try and help, but he's down to 2 health. It's just him left. 2 health is all that remains between the end of this game and this set. West Point will take it all the way as they finish off that quadruple overtime.
Come on, the quintuple overtime
I
sounded
want to.
so cool.
Yeah, the quintuple overtime just has a ring to it. Quadruple, it's a little unfortunate, but what an incredible match coming out there from SNHU and West Point both. SNHU, really just popping off for that overtime was exactly what that match needed to really just. Yeah, that was the extra spice on it there.
Right.
And
Yeah.
definitely a super tense match the entire time. A lot of really, really good Valorant tonight. Sadly, we couldn't see more. Sadly, we couldn't go to game 3. But sometimes that's just the way it is.
I mean, I was happy with what we saw this tonight. It was well played from both sides here. You can just see it from the board here. Very spread, and I mean, Macron at the top there with 36 kills and 24 deaths.
Macron was absolutely just anchoring down the team that game. He was playing out of his mind. Definitely, big ups to him. That really, really impressive play, but really impressive play from everyone tonight. GG's to West Point and GG's to our SNHU players playing here tonight. Really great job from everyone. But that will be all for us tonight, finishing off our Valorant set. You'll be back tomorrow with Rocket League, so make sure to check in for that. You can check our Twitter for any updates on the match time, as well as anything else like clips and updates about anything else going on in the arena. You'll find us at twitter.com/SNHU Esports. You can also check out our Instagram and TikTok at the exact same. But the rest